Imagine an invisible but inexorable scene playing out in your mind every day. You face a crucial choice that determines your fate in a relationship and your inner value. You can either say yes and receive instant, sweet, but temporary approval from society or your partner, or say no and risk losing attention but maintaining your integrity. Your social conditioning, starting in childhood, and your dependent psychology teach you only one belief: yes is always the path to harmony, intimacy, and true love, and it's the only way to keep someone close and preserve a relationship. You've succumbed to this false axiom and constantly say yes to inconvenient requests, to your partner's toxic and disrespectful behavior, to compromises that slowly but surely destroy your authentic self and your personal boundaries. You force yourself to do this out of deep-seated fear of rejection, fear of causing conflict or disapproval, fear of being left alone psychologically or physically, and losing the warmth of the relationship. But you must recognize the dark truth: every time you say yes instead of your true no, you voluntarily give away part of your inner power, part of your value, and part of your self-respect to another person. This isn't just a mistake, it's the most destructive and rapid path to losing attraction in a relationship and self-sabotaging communication. Yes brings the instant comfort of avoiding conflict, but only no creates true, deep, and lasting attraction. The secret of attraction lies not in your willingness to oblige and agree, but in your unwavering ability to establish and firmly defend your psychological and physical boundaries. We'll reveal why your brain, and your partner's, perceives autonomous refusal as the highest form of assertiveness, and how to properly use the word no as a powerful tool in gender dynamics and self-affirmation. The myth we're debunking: we're emotionally attached to the belief that true love and deep acceptance require constant service, complete agreement, and an absolute absence of conflict or rejection in relationships. The truth: a constant, unfounded yes turns you into an invisible background, a completely predictable and achieved target that no longer requires respect, emotional investment, or effort to attract attention. Your mind tells you that quick concession reduces the risk of a broken connection. In reality, it increases the risk of losing yourself, your authenticity, and your self-respect, which inevitably leads to coldness in your partner. Insight number 1: the psychology of availability and the value frame. Practical psychology and market economics say, the value of any object or entity is always directly related to its limitations and inaccessibility. The more accessible and predictable you are, the less valuable you are to the mind of another person. The word no is the clearest, loudest, and most direct message you can send to others without lengthy explanation: I place my boundaries and my value above your immediate request or desire. Your autonomous refusal instantly creates a scarcity of your time, your energy, or your consent, forcing the other person to instinctively value and respect your subsequent, carefully considered yes. Mini story: you establish a pattern by saying yes to constant late calls, sudden, inconvenient meetings, or emotional outbursts at inopportune times. Your partner becomes accustomed to your complete and unconditional availability and stops scheduling and respecting your personal space. You've become completely predictable and a backdrop. Secret: your attraction and respect for each other die the very moment your availability becomes absolute and guaranteed for your partner. Insight number 2: authenticity and the psychology of the comfort zone. Every carefully considered and clear no is a direct and unfiltered expression of your true authenticity, your personality, and your personal moral code of conduct. Yes spoken out of fear or anxiety is an attempt to hide your true self and camouflage yourself in a social comfort zone, avoiding necessary conflict and truth. Your brain registers an authentic refusal as a moment of power, an act of psychological self-affirmation, which instantly and irreversibly increases your inner confidence and self-esteem. The philosophy of attraction and charisma says, people are drawn to those who know exactly what they want and who are willing to defend their interests and boundaries, and this always begins with a no or a condition. The secret of relationships: you will never create a deep, lasting, and respectful connection until you show someone which of your personal boundaries are absolutely not to be violated and the price for doing so. Your behavior must be recoded from reactive compliance to active autonomy. Remember, every time you say yes, you give permission to violate your value frame if it conflicts with your interests and your inner code. No is the first step to restoring order. Insight number 3: the chase trigger in gender dynamics and emotional investment. Gender psychology and dating psychology are instinctively built on the ancient dynamic of pursuit and the need to achieve goals. Your partner should feel like an active participant in achieving your attention and consent. The word "no" or the setting of a condition instantly shifts your role from available resource to valuable challenge or challenging goal. This psychologically forces your partner's brain to engage mechanisms of investment and pursuit. Your refusal creates an invisible but powerful mental tension and an unfinished cycle in the other person's psyche, forcing them to invest more emotionally and physically in communication and the relationship. They must earn your yes. A mini story in communication: you're asked to do something that's uncomfortable or conflicts with your plans. You respond calmly, "No, I can't right now, I have plans, but I can do it tomorrow at a time that's convenient for me." You've set a boundary, created a condition, and regained control of the dynamic. Your value has increased. Secret: you don't have to be aggressive to say "no." You only need to be autonomous, self-assured, and clear about your priorities. True power lies in the calm of refusal. Emotions: from anxiety and fear of rejection to clarity and self-esteem. You feel deep anxiety when having to say "no," because in the past, it inevitably led to emotional rejection or destructive conflict. It's a mental reflex. Your pain is the fear of losing connection and approval. Understand and accept the dark truth: you're not losing a person or a relationship, but the illusion of control over another's mind through servility and agreement. This realization leads to emotional liberation. If someone rejects you for your confident and autonomous "no," they're rejecting your integrity and your power, not you as a partner. This is their weakness. Your "no" is the ultimate test. It quickly and effectively filters out those who don't respect your boundaries and your value framework, leaving only those who are willing to accept your autonomy. Your inner strength and confidence grow exponentially every time you choose yourself and your principles over someone else's short-term approval. This is the foundation of self-respect. Practice of creating power: start small. Refuse a minor but uncomfortable request. Feel this moment of mental self-affirmation. Your brain will remember this as a victory. Your life philosophy: "No" is the most powerful word that protects your mental health, your habits, your goals, and your precious time from the chaos of other people's desires. Your communication becomes clear, mature, and authoritative when you stop using "yes" as an emotional crutch to maintain your partner's attention. The secret of power: if you're not willing and able to say "no" when necessary, your "yes" loses all its value and significance to the other person's mind. Attraction in long-term relationships is inextricably linked to deep respect. Respect is born only from confidently established and steadfastly defended boundaries. When you say "no," you demand and establish respect without a single emotional or unnecessary word. Your action speaks louder than all your explanations. You become who you want to be when you autonomously reject what you are not and what doesn't suit you. This is an act of self-determination. Finale with power: your "no" is your philosophy, your confidence, your power, and your most powerful strategy for maintaining attraction and respect in relationships. The secret of attraction revealed: only a perfect person's firm "no" makes their subsequent "yes" valuable, desired, and meaningful. Start saying "no" today to assert your power and begin the transformation.